First, let me explain why this matters so much. Insurance adjusters are not taking notes as a courtesy. They are building a file. Every word you say, especially in those first few days, is being evaluated for how it can be used to reduce what they owe you. They're trained for this, you're not. That's not a criticism, it's just reality. You just survived an accident. You're in pain, you're stressed, you might be worried about your job, your car, your bills. That's exactly when they call. So let's go through the 5 phrases that do the most damage. Number 1, I'm fine, I'm feeling okay. This is the most common one, and it comes from a good place. You're not a complainer, you don't want to be dramatic. Someone asks how you're doing, and you say, I'm okay, out of habit. Here's the problem. The human body's response to trauma is complicated, and the hours and sometimes days after a car accident, adrenaline, shock, and inflammation can mask pain. Whiplash symptoms, neck stiffness, headaches, radiating arm pain often don't peak until 24 to 72 hours after impact. Disc injuries sometimes don't show up on symptoms or imaging for days or weeks. TBI, traumatic brain injury, is notoriously easy to miss in the immediate aftermath. If you tell the adjuster on day 2 that you're feeling okay, and on day 10 you're in the MRI machine with a herniated disc, they're going to pull that recorded statement you gave them and argue that your injury couldn't have been that serious because you said you were fine. Your own words become the evidence used against your own body. What to say instead? I'm still being evaluated by my doctor. That's it. It's true, it's appropriate, and it doesn't box you in. Number 2, I'm sorry, or I think it might have been partly my fault. In our community, apologizing is a sign of respect. It's what decent people do. After a crash, when someone is upset or shaken, saying, I'm sorry this happened, feels like the right human thing. But California uses a pure comparative fault system. That's Civil Code Section 1431.2. What that means is the insurance company can reduce your payout by whatever percentage of fault they attribute to you. If they can argue you were 30% responsible, they cut the settlement by 30%. On a $200,000 case, that's $60,000 gone. The moment you say, I'm sorry, or I was going a little fast, or I should have seen them sooner, you've handed them a percentage. Even if you only said it to be polite, even if you weren't actually at fault at all, it's in the file now. What to say instead? Nothing about fault. I don't want to speculate about that. I'll let the investigation determine what happened. Done. Number 3. Sure, you can record this. The adjuster asks if they can record the conversation. Sounds like a standard procedure. You don't want to seem like you're hiding something, so you say yes. I want to be direct with you. Do not agree to a recorded statement with the other party's insurance company without speaking to an attorney first. You are not legally required to provide one. Under California law, your obligation is to cooperate with your own insurance company, not the other drivers. The other driver's insurer is not on your side. Their recorded statement is a tool to find inconsistencies, pin fault on you, or document early minimization of your injuries. It's not that you have anything to hide. It's that an unrepresented person answering detailed questions they weren't prepared for while in pain, while stressed, is not going to give their best account of the accident. Trained adjusters asking calculated questions is not a fair conversation. It just isn't. What to say instead? I'm not comfortable giving a recorded statement right now. I'll be in touch through my attorney. You don't have to have an attorney yet to say that. It buys you time, and it signals that you're not going to be easy to pressure. Number 4. I just want to get this settled quickly. I understand why people say this. After an accident, your car might be in the shop. You might be missing work. Bills are piling up. The last thing you want is a long, complicated legal process. The insurance company knows this, and they count on it. When you say you want to settle fast, you are telling the adjuster exactly what lever to pull. They will give you a fast offer, and it will almost certainly be a fraction of what your case is worth, because a fast settlement is a cheap settlement. They didn't get to be billion-dollar companies by being generous. Speed is a weapon they use against you. In California, you have 2 years from the date of the accident to file a personal injury lawsuit. That's Code of Civil Procedure, Section 335.1. You don't have to decide anything in a week. You don't have to decide anything in a month. Your priority right now should be getting proper medical treatment and understanding the full scope of your injuries. Once you know what you're dealing with, once you know whether that back pain is a strain or a surgery, then you can make an intelligent decision about settlement, not before. What to say instead? I'll be in touch when I'm ready to discuss resolution. Period. Number 5, I don't really need a lawyer. This is pretty straightforward. I hear this one a lot. Sometimes people say it directly to the adjuster. Sometimes they're just thinking it. They just believe it. And I understand the thinking. You don't want to give up a third of your settlement in attorney's fees. You figure the case is clear cut, straightforward. You can handle it yourself. The cases people think are straightforward often aren't. Soft tissue injuries get minimized. Comparative fault gets invented out of nothing. Medical bills get disputed. Non-economic damages, your pain, your sleepless nights, the things you can't do anymore. The insurance company has a team of adjusters, lawyers, and medical reviewers working on your file. You've got yourself and a telephone. I'm not saying every fender bender needs an attorney, but if you have real injuries, if you've missed work, gone to the ER, needed imaging or therapy, the research consistently shows that represented claimants recover significantly more than unrepresented ones. A study by the Insurance Research Council found that injury victims with attorneys received settlements averaging 3.5 times higher than those without. That gap more than covers legal fees in most cases. You don't have to decide right now, but don't tell the adjuster that a lawyer isn't coming. That's not a fact yet. And once you say it, they'll treat your file accordingly. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't have to be rude to the adjuster. You don't have to be hostile. But you do have to be careful. The calls they make in those first few days are not courtesy calls. They're business calls. Treat them that way. Get medical treatment, document everything. Don't speculate about fault. Don't give a recording. Don't rush. And if you're not sure about something, talk to an attorney before you say it, not after. For a free case or consultation for evaluation, head to callegal.com. No cost, no pressure. I'm attorney David Milligan. Talk soon.